Alright guys, showing my battle against one of the devs here. So, that was pretty cool. I got to play one of the devs. I didn't get a reward yet, but I'm guessing it takes more than a minute to go through. Definitely an interesting battle. You can tell he's not just using straight meta cards. I mean, he's got that Depot. He's got a Reserve Titan, the Spectre Captain, the Nuke, all things that I was not expecting to see. I also wasn't expecting to see them just use 4 legendaries in their deck, but I mean, I guess they're able to do whatever. So, this was definitely an interesting battle. I actually didn't notice that he was a dev, although that's definitely what I was grinding for. It took me an hour straight of play to get paired up against one, and I was fortunate enough to win. But it was definitely an interesting match, and I got a little taste of what Nuke can do, so that was interesting. So I'll show you what I do on Angel City. I tend to throw my pilots out to one to each different area. What they'll usually do is they'll usually gang up on one guy, spend a bunch of resources, making sure he's dead. So, I mean, that grunt pod that they dropped, that cost 3, same as the pilot. I shouldn't have dropped that pod of grunts there, really, but I kind of held them there and grouped them so that then these guys started taking the group damage there. I'm not really sure what happened there. He dropped that Sim Ninja, which just couldn't duke it out against my my Boomer. My Boomer is level 10 on this match because of the challenge to use Boomer. So that's always convenient when you can get lucky like that. The Spectre Captain's definitely an interesting choice. He can do a lot of human damage. Here I drop Spectres. Watch, the Nuke takes out the Spectres even though he's damaging over here. So that was interesting. I was not expecting that. So that's the point where he starts to come back. But then he had used all those resources on the Nuke, so... Oh yeah, and he that Reserve Titan is just not strong enough. That's why I think if you're going to use a Reserve Titan, you got to use a Reserve Strider or something. Even him I stopped using after a while. And Sim Ninja is really good on some levels. This is not his best level because you can already drop anything anywhere, and it's kind of like his strength. Now this amp field he used, the amp field, you really want to have like 2 or 3 Titans in it. I think that wasn't enough of a use for 4 supply. Is pretty steep for just being, you know, helping one battle and helping get 1 point. And Spectre Captain again. Now that BT, and he's strong, but I'd already taken this point.
We pulled ahead. Keep it going. Bravo hardpoint lost.
And then I just pull the switch, get that one over there. All in all, he had kind of a really expensive deck. Look at him, he's locked onto my gunner there. But gunner's still going. Gunner's still crushing him. That anti-heavy will get you. At this point, I just started throwing everything at C. Notice I throw the Boomer over there just to tank C. In case he had some big drop at the end. Otherwise, I was just gonna throw on. You know, I had the shield grunts obviously, and I was ready for him to just nuke and do whatever he had to do to get that last point. Because you can turn a game around like that, and he almost did, but I had the supply to push and keep him from doing that. So, all in all, it was a really interesting match, and it was cool to see someone use stuff a lot differently than most people would. And still, he had 74. I mean, if he was using more just like a meta deck, I mean, he was good. So, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks to PCKFE, PCKF Exodus rather, for playing. And I think it's a really cool event that they're doing. Get people out there playing and get the developers hanging with the players. All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks.